As the combines roar across Virginia cornfields this fall, farmers have enjoyed good weather. The latest crop survey estimates corn yields will average 145 bushels an acre, a 29% increase from last year's crop that was hit by dry weather. Soybean and cotton predictions are down from earlier this year, while peanut prospects have gone up after a dry August.
A good corn crop is certainly something that lifts everybody's spirits, and I think everybody at this point is feeling pretty good.
Essex County Cooperative Extension Agent Keith Balderson spends much of his time advising farmers on how to improve their yields and protect the environment. But one thing no one controls is the weather, and this was a good year for corn.
Overall, the rainfall in June and July was very beneficial. It did have an impact, a negative impact from a small grain standpoint because our harvest got delayed and the quality of our late harvested wheat and barley was very poor.
Corn is an essential crop in the state's and the nation's farm economy, and the national corn crop is also expected to be much better this year. You'd think that would help reduce prices at the grocery store for consumers. But economists say when adjusted for inflation, our food prices haven't gone up for years.
Its portion of the consumer price index has remained very steady at about 14.5% of the index. The index can go up and the index can go down. Food costs as a percentage of it, relative to that, have been very, very stable.
Jonah Bowles is a commodity market economist with the Virginia Farm Bureau. He says there are so many other costs associated with producing our food supply that the farmer receives only about 10% of what is paid at the grocery store.
From planting the crop to harvest to transportation to processing, those energy costs have gone up. And we're also seeing in many cases labor costs going up. Those factors have a greater influence on our food costs, on our food prices at the grocery store than the prices that are received by the farmer in the field.
So a good corn crop won't necessarily translate into lower food prices, but consumer food prices don't spike up and down nearly as much as farm commodity prices do. Bowles says farmers have to deal with much wider swings in the price that they get for their crops. That's why they need crop insurance and marketing tools.
The farmer is trying very hard to hold down food costs. In doing so, while he is holding down his cost. So he's working on behalf of the consumer.
Despite the challenges of staying in farming, this is a good fall to be a corn grower, especially when you consider that some parts of Virginia suffer from drought every summer.
Anytime we can make a good crop, we certainly enjoy that, and we know starting off from the beginning that you never know when you plant a crop really what you're going to harvest because of the rainfall patterns.
And that's why both farmer and consumer can feel good this harvest season. Every once in a while, Mother Nature smiles on everyone. In Essex County, Virginia, I'm Norm Hyde.